When you have your first kid, everyone tells you it goes so fast. What they don't say is, get ready, because it's super hard on your relationship. Since having our son Miles 8 months ago, we have had so much fun. It's been beautiful, and I have felt more in love with Andrew than ever, especially seeing him as such a great dad.
You make everyone laugh around you. You bring joy into people's lives. You're so handsome.
And all of that is true, while also saying that we've gotten in a few fights.
Did I just get mad at you for asking me to put your pot pie in there?
Yeah. I could put it in next time.
Yes, I got mad at Andrew, my husband, for asking me to put his pot pie in the oven, but as you can probably guess, it wasn't about the pot pie. But we'll come back to that. So there are a couple reasons why I know I'm not alone. And number one is that one of my best friends is a relationship coach. His name is Aaron Steinberg. And he knew that this was such a problem that he created a course. It's called Baby Proofing Your Relationship.
The things that you're struggling with in early parenthood are going to be things that everyone is struggling with. But it's not that relationships are doomed. There are skills you can learn. There are principles you can practice.
And the number two reason why I know I'm not alone is because when Aaron asked me to write a scene for his course to illustrate a difficult communication between two people who had just had a baby, I had lots of experience to draw from, and when I asked my friends to contribute what a fight might sound like between them, it was like a waterfall. Like, it was just like, here's all the things, and I created it into one scene. So let me know if any of this sounds or feels familiar to you.
Don't see any clothes in there.
Oh shit, I forgot to repack the emergency outfit after his last blow up.
He's squirming. Can you grab me a toy from the bag?
I didn't pack a toy.
What do you mean you didn't pack any clothes or toys?
Okay, first of all, why is this always on me? You have literally never packed the diaper bag once. Besides, I was tired this morning because somebody was up all night with him.
What do you mean? Every time you ask me to get up, I do, but last night you told me not to.
I don't want you to get up with him. I just want you to appreciate that I get up with him.
I do. Why don't you think I do?
Because you're criticizing me for how I didn't pack the bag. Look, I have to take care of him, and I take care of you.
I thought we talked about this. I have to work. You have to support us.
I miss working.
Can you help me?
This is what I'm talking about. I am at home alone with him all day, every day. And it's hard, and I have to figure it out by myself. And when you're helping, I have to help you help me, which means I never get a break. And why are you even calling it help? You're his dad.
So, you don't want my help?
That is not what I'm
So after the experience of writing that scene, I knew I wanted to make my own video about it, and also knowing that Andrew and I could work on this. We could work on our communication to make things better. So what I did was I called Aaron and I asked him, I was like, why is this so hard to navigate early parenthood? And also, what can we do about it?
Part of it is kind of unavoidable because the transition to having kids is so hard. Most of us are living more independent lives, and it's just very difficult to have enough support to do all the things that we need to do to feel fundamentally okay in our lives. And so there's no way it's going to be smooth. And all of these moments, you're learning how to now be a family together and have a relationship as a family instead of just the two of you. And there's no way that's not going to be rocky. And that's why the thesis of baby proofing is use those moments as an opportunity to become better partners, as an opportunity for connection, because it's just ridiculous to think that you're going to completely change the dynamic of your life and relationship, and you're not going to hit sore spots, and you're not going to have blind spots, and you're not going to do things that piss each other off. We have to know that that's going to happen and know how to deal with it. The main thing I think is that this is like an evolution, right? Like this is an evolving conversation. And we need to have a meeting, like literally like a weekly meeting, to talk about how is this going for you? What's working for you? What's not working for you? What do you need more of? What do you need less of? To get into each other's world so you can actually have this kind of evolving conversation about how you're going to do it.
Okay, here's where we'll come back to the pot pie. So after talking to Aaron and after Andrew and I had implemented some of these exercises, there was a day that I decided that Andrew and I were going to film. I was feeling behind because I hadn't gotten to prepare or work on things because I had been caring for Miles, I'd been breastfeeding, and I'd been up all night. And as soon as I sat at my computer to work, it was finally my turn, Andrew said, "But first, can you put my pot pie in the oven?" And I just snapped at him. I was just like, sometimes when you're watching Miles and you have to do other things, it's really hard, but you just do it.
I never get a break.
I mean, immediately I knew that it wasn't about the pot pie, and I said I was sorry. After he ate the pot pie and I got to work a little bit, we went on a walk and filmed this.
Can I show you something?
Sure. Whoa, did you just flash me my son?
There's a baby in there. How dare you?
So one of the things that we started doing was taking walks. This is the perfect time for us to like check in.
I never thought I would be a take walks kind of person. I always thought that was for old people. And then I guess I'm just now realizing that I am old people because I love it.
I know, we love it. But it's really good because I feel like it elicits us really connecting, and as we've navigated this parenthood adventure, we have to check in all the time. How do you think this week has gone for you?
Well, considering you got snippy with me about asking you to put my pot pie in the oven, I'd say the tensions have been high. Yeah, I think he's had this like skin thing where it's made it really hard for him to sleep or be comfortable, so he's tired a lot and fussier. And I've just noticed that as his I guess sleep worsens and his attitude worsens over that time, mine does as well, and it puts stress on us. So yeah, I think checking in and being like, okay, we're both tired, we're both like not sleeping well, like I don't think you're actually upset with me about asking you to put the pot pie in, let's talk about it.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad you understand. It wasn't.
What about the week
you,
for
it's
you?
me.
What has the week been like for you?
Yeah, I just it's so hard when I feel like I don't have time to work on something, because I start to feel like, I know it triggers something in me that I start to feel like I'm not contributing or I'm not doing a good job, and I start to feel insecure about that, and then the pot pie, you know?
The next thing you know,
It's the pot pie.
we're snapping over pot pies. Well, I can say I definitely empathize with your situation. It is tough. You've been doing more of the kind of taking him over so I can work role, and I've noticed that in the short periods of time where I can't work, it does create a lot of stress and anxiety. So I want to create more space for you to make sure you have time to do those things too. So yeah, sometimes it just takes us getting a little bit out of balance to tip the scales back a little bit.
Thank you.
Thanks. So
I feel understood.
Oh, this is why you brought me out here. Just to...
After our walks, I always feel so much better. And it's something now that we make a priority to do. Because a lot of times Andrew will say, "Do you want to take a walk?" And I'm just like, I'm so tired, or I have a to-do list. And anytime I'm resisting a walk with him, I know like I especially need to take a walk with him. So it's a priority. Okay, babe, so this is the exercise that Aaron suggests. It's called...
I trust Aaron.
Yeah.
For now.
It's an appreciation practice. So instead of like a gratitude practice, it's appreciation practice. But the thing is that we both write down what we would like to be appreciated for. And then we share it with each other. All right, should we share with each other? Come over here, bring Miles.
Okay.
3,
You want to do this family thing and take my hand? Come on. Let's go over to mom.
You go, I go.
Okay. Waking up with Miles, doing the early shifts at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning for a few hours.
Yeah. I appreciate you for that so much. I feel like a different person since you started doing that. Just getting a couple extra hours of sleep, and also there's this like really sweet thing that happens where as I'm falling back asleep after you take him, I can hear the way you talk to him and his like coos, and it just, then I fall asleep for an extra 2 hours, and I fall asleep really hard because I know he's taken care of. And it's just the nicest thing ever. I appreciate it so much. And also when you get up with him, you don't complain or anything. You don't even sigh. You just hop out of bed, and I really appreciate that. I want to be appreciated for being in charge of like researching everything about his like sleep training that we do, because I know we're trying to help him sleep longer, and I've read like 3 books on how to gently help him sleep longer.
Well, that's an easy one for me to appreciate you for, because I appreciate that more than you know. That, along with, you tend to do all the research when it comes to, health insurance and what we should feed him. So it's like, it just transcends that and that's like the heavy lifting that I definitely see you doing, where I know it's time consuming, I know it's annoying, I very much appreciate that. So yeah, for me it would be, just working for the family, everything around poker and studying and taking on coaching clients, being coached.
I feel bad because when things get hard and you have to work, sometimes I don't show you enough that how much I appreciate you, I mean, you've just been providing so much for the family and working so hard, and we get to have the best life, so I really appreciate that.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Last one is for packing the diaper bag.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you do that every time.
You have literally never packed the diaper bag once.
I'm like, do you want me to pack the diaper bag? And when I ask you, I'm like, do I know how to pack the diaper bag?
We're back into this flow of teamwork. This is working, and I know it's because we have come back to the practices and the principles that help us get back there.
Partner's supposed to be your teammate. They're supposed to be the one supporting you and you supporting them in doing this well. And if it's not feeling that way, if you're suffering, there must be something wrong with how the team is functioning.
This morning, I was frazzled. I was in my pot pie energy because I wasn't sure I was gonna have time to do this. And Andrew said to me, I know you wanna work on your video. I'm gonna take Miles and Pepper to the dog park so you can film. I guess I just wanna share that because when you're frustrated, you have resentment, you're anxious, you're wondering if this is ever gonna change, that you can actually come together. You can have these moments and have them bring you closer together and more in love. And I am just so grateful for him.
You keep getting to know your partner, you keep adjusting, you keep trying new things, you keep learning, and that's how you make the relationship work.
Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. If you've just had a baby and you guys are struggling, I hope this both made you feel seen and gave you a few tools to use. And if you're interested in Aaron's course, I'll of course have a link in the description. And I'd love to hear from you guys, comments or otherwise, on social media, Christy A. Moreno. Thanks so much for watching.
Can you come here for a sec? What do you notice about the kitchen?
I was gonna close them. I was still using them.